Oh, those tribals are in for such a bad time. And also this makes Camera Plus super useful because you can watch everything on a proper large scale. Kind of like playing Supreme Commander. Welcome back to episode 20 of Doomworld. To end last episode off, we did have a raid from the Coalition who have just come in here. What we will do is we'll prioritise all of these because we want all of this because there's going to be chem fuel and the rest of the stuff is going to be able to be broken down, which is going to be quite useful for us as a whole bunch of resources. Also, the SAF is nearly finished, and once the SAF is done, we are going to be heading over to the Pristine Ruins to see how much we can loot. And that is a nice looking ship. And that is going to be able to allow us to carry a whole bunch of goodies back. Will we be able to get anything too interesting? Sometimes you can from the Pristine Ruins, sometimes you can't. We also got some colossal aero fleet, which isn't a big deal. And one of our colonists has decided to go and wear a shield belt for some reason. So we're going to drop that off. And actually, whilst we're at it, if we just go edit, and then we go utility. Oh no, it seems to have changed. No, it must be utility then. And shield belt. Okay, no shield belts are allowed, and we'll take off forced appeal at the moment. Sweet, that is all done. We are still working on the little rec room here, but the cool thing is now we've got the extra people, we've got extra miners and extra builders. Once we go over to that world tile, which is the Pristine Ruins, which is pretty close by, we are going to be able to basically strip the whole map of anything of value. So we are just going to send Flo, Squint, Vincent and Owen over. They are going to go in, secure a landing zone, and then straight behind that we are going to send the Canary over. And what I think we might do is we might actually make the new storeroom down here, and then we'll have another ship here, and then maybe a couple skips down here. So getting things to and from the ship is going to be a lot easier. And whilst we're here, how are we looking on steel? So we got 4,000 odd, which I think then makes that time to make this into steel tile. So yeah, we are symmetrical, which is good. And then that tile right there is going to be the landing tile, and we'll just put a white one in so we land in the same spot each time. Because if you land too far forward or too far back, it can destroy the walls. Not all the time, but sometimes. Actually, it's more often than not. Steel flooring in there. Actually, let's just make this all steel now. We do have the gold tables, which means that we do need to put some chairs in, otherwise people won't use them. And it'll kind of defeat the purpose of putting the tables there. We've got 2 more rooms going up there, and I think that should be everyone with a room at that point. If not, we'll just expand down to here. This area will need sorting out soon, and we are going to deconstruct 2 of the batteries, and with that we will put in the power cells. Yep, that's going to work perfectly. Oh right, it looks like we are in a good situation. One thing we do need to do is we do need to expand the kill zone. So we go heavy reinforced walls, granite, and I think if we just go in braziers for the moment. We expand that out to there. If I'd done that right, that'd work. Get rid of that. Granite out to here, and then the heavy walls along there. And then we're just going to shift this bit here down to about there, and that means all of our guys are going to be able to go along there and shoot up. The walls will need to be taken down, but if I put that there, I can't forget. And actually, we take that out and we put the door in, and that'll work for the moment. So if we do forget and another raid comes in, at least we have some protection. If it does go wrong, well yeah, like I said, we're safe. But if it works out, then we just remove this, start building up, and we are good to go. We do have a transport pod crash from a gentleman called Wolf, and he is a relation, and I did not quite see who he was related to. Social wife of Ninx. Oh no, Ninx is his wife. Okay, cool. What do you look like? Tortured artist, incompetent, fast learner, persuasive, composed, and night owl, and useless stats. Okay, Ninx is pretty cool. So what we'll do is we'll just rescue Wolf so Wolf doesn't die, and then if Wolf's ready, Wolf can just go up and walk out the map tile and then shouldn't die. If Wolf joins, I'm sure we can work some magic to make Wolf a little bit better, remove a bunch of his traits that aren't very good, and then a bunch of skill trainers to get him leveled up. And that being said, we do need a bunch more skill trainers. And I think also let's go and wall this part here off. Let's put a decent door on this that won't burn. Does foe run burn? That's the question. Flammability 15%. That should be fine for what we need. And then all of the vents. Even though we're... Wait, what? Okay, we need the overwall vent. Sweet. Cool. So these power cells produce a crazy amount of power. So you need to be able to have vents in the room. Not that they burn, but things around them can. Okay, inspired trade under flow, but flows off the tile. And Wolf has joined. Okay, what can we get you to do, buddy? Cooking and plants. Okay, let's have a whole bunch of food poisoning. Why not? You got a burning passion in it. You'll get good at it sooner or later. Squint's caravan has met peacefully with a caravan from Hupidus. The other caravan is composed of mercenary gunners, slaves, town guards, one town trader, 2 villages, dormitories. Move on. Not something we're too worried about. And starting to worry about Void. I'm not sure why, but in each playthrough that I've had where Void's been in it, he's always started super close to us. But I think that's just Void being really annoying. You group your colonists up, Void drops on top of them, you spread your colonists around, then there is a decent chance that Void drops on top of you again. Just more spread out, so it's harder to gun them down. But details is Void. We will chuck some lighting in here so our people can farm a little bit better. In the day it's not a problem because we have transparent roofing, but in the evening, say if someone's a night owl and they want to go farm, they can, and that won't be an issue. Something like that. Okay, we've arrived at the ruins. Are we expecting lots of stuff? Not really, but it might be worth it. It's all pretty low end stuff, but there's quite a lot of it. Bit of plastil there. Yeah, this is looking pretty good, and we also got a bunch of steel, and we can break down those watermills, that won't be a problem. And then we also got all of the natural resources on the map that we are going to be able to go and mine out as well. We will need to be in and out quick because being under Void, well no, sorry, being under Igor, it gets pretty hectic pretty quickly. So back to our base. So back to the base, we get the SAF, we load a group, and we are going to send Steinberg, Patrick, and Tolga. Accept. So they're all going there. They're still refueling it at the moment, but it should be fine. Yeah, it'll have plenty of fuel to get to where it needs to go and come back. We should get a notification for when it's done. And they're all killing each other off. And what we are going to do is we're just going to claim everything and then just get to deconstructing all. And then what we'll do, because we're being sneaky, so we just put a stockpile here and allow everything on the map. And because we can, we're also going to put a dumping stockpile, and all of the metal slag that we can find, so that's 53 chunks, is going to go there as well. And let's go mine these bits, because we are going to need a crazy amount of steel. Okay, the SAF is ready to launch, so we're just going to go launch group, ruins, zoom in and choose a spot, and we are going to chuck it right there. So that leaves, flies across pretty quickly. And we'll just come and land there. And the other guys are there, take them off draft, and then they can go and get to work. Okay, and our guys for some reason have started hitting traps. Okay, yeah, just the surrounding of the base is peppered with traps, so it would appear. But it looks like they're all done now. We have claimed all the beds because it looks like we're going to be here overnight, so at least they have somewhere to rest. So far it doesn't look like there is a crazy amount of stuff other than the raw resources, which we have started to mine through very, very quickly, which I'm quite happy about. And I think now is actually a time where we just try to get everything that we can and we get out, because we are going to get overrun if we stay here for any length of time at all. Okay, cancel all of this and let's just get the hauling. Other than there's some plasteel up here, which we are going to take. There was a farm trader showed up. Unfortunately, we didn't trade with them. Not that they would have really had anything that we needed, so it's not a massive loss. Okay, everything has been moved. So it is time now just to load up the soft and get out. So we are going to send the 3 back in that came, so that's Purple, Steinberg and Tolga. And we are going to give them just about everything that we can. So we can take all of that steel, that's not a problem. Then we got nearly 500 plasteel, which is awesome. Taking all of the steel slag, because we can break that down. And let's take the bodies for the chem fuel. Take the wood because we can sell that. Elephant tusks, I'm sure, come in handy for something. And there's like nearly 3,500 silver. Right, cool. Accept. It says the caravan will be immobile if you send the pods to an empty tile. That's not a problem because we don't need... Because the way this works is it doesn't actually work like a caravan, even though it does. But you'll see when it flies across, it'll be fine. Okay, we're just moving through, loading everything up. Then the second that this is loaded, we are just going to bail out. This is not a place that we want to stay. Okay, it's ready to launch. So we just click launch group, zoom in, and then we aim for the white tile. And we just go weld, reform caravan, back to the base, take those 4. A couple extra components were left. Nothing got loaded on, but some silver, some gold, that will be ours. The rest of it I'm not too worried about. And then we go travel supplies, and then we go select our own. And we are going to take all of the medicine, all of the herbal medicine, and then we've got the food. Cool. So the soft's gone. These guys are going to run around and collect a couple things, even though it looks like they're good to go. Sweet. So we just managed to go in, strip most of that tile before we got attacked back. And then, yeah, this is what it looks like when it lands. It just goes everywhere. So we'll put all of this onto haul urgently. Get out of the way. So I'm thinking we might need a processor unit here instead, because otherwise they're running around. But in the meantime, what we can do is if we chuck put a wooden door in there, that's just going to make this little run across there a bit quicker. So storeroom there, then getting rid of that stuff's going to be fine, and then we can send it off even quicker next time. Prison plot. Prisoners at Sparland are devising an escape plan. If you choose to help, they will join your faction upon being released. Unfortunately, their captors have been tipped off and preparing for your arrival. If you enter Sparland before the prisoners escape, expect a hostile reaction from Hippodos. Yeah, no thank you. The treaty will attack us in the upcoming 12 hours, so that is just a little group of tribals. It's probably going to be a big group now, but they're tribals. So, yeah, they're just basically just going to run onto our guns and die. You know, they have class. So we have a basilisk implant. What I'm thinking is we put that in the Steinberg, Because Steinberg's pretty good anyway, but his stats aren't super high, so they have the potential to go a lot higher. And I think with that basilisk implant, that's going to help as well. And then what we can do is we can put the representative implant in, which has a bunch of bonuses, but what we're after is the extra consciousness. So it's got plus 10% consciousness from the representative, and then it'll have plus 10% from the basilisk implant. Now we just got to hope that we have a doctor that can actually install it without botching it. But if they can, that'd be kind of cool. And I also just realised we took pretty much all of the builders with us, so nothing is really being built. Okay, we have unlocked the Albatross. The Albatross X11 was originally designed for military exoplanetary expedition, but was quickly replaced by a newer ship model with much better engine system. You can find the X11 parts across the galaxy at typically low prices. It's a natural design that can easily be changed to atmospheric flight. That is quite wordy. Has military potential. Okay, cool. And the treaty has arrived. Watch out, they appear to be unusually clever with their tactics. They'll avoid your turrets and field of fire and notice some of your traps. Okay, so they got a group there and a group there. Alpha Squad, you're up here. Alpha Squad, you're there. And then everyone else, you're down here. Oh, those tribals are in for such a bad time. And also this makes Camera Plus super useful because you can watch everything on a proper large scale. Kind of like playing Supreme Commander. And let's see. Yeah. Tribals. Nothing fancy. Where you guys going? You guys going there. Create secondary gun line. You guys move back. You guys come here. Move across there. And I think, yeah, we'll just have a run and skirmish with them for a while. Lose a little bit out of their depth, so we move down here. You guys, you want to come along there? Okay, it looks like we'll get blew out without too many problems. One group's fleeing, and the second group will go chase them down, and those guys are basically just running into a bunch of machine guns and chain guns, so they are not going to do too well. And follow them that way. Squid, that's a cool name. What are you? Misogynist and tough. Those aren't two things you should put together in a sentence. Okay, cool. Cold intolerant, fast learner. Masochist, misandrist, restless and greedy. Yeah, nope. Okay. Back to work. Camel, what about you? Shooting, plants. Cold intolerant, heat tolerant, coordinated. So it does well in warm weathers. But right now we are after miners and builders. Where were you guys earlier in the series? And one of those guys we were thinking about kidnapping, and then just realised we got no prison. But realistically, I think we have just about the maximum amount of pawns that my PC is going to be able to handle without dropping lots of frames. So yeah. So that raid has gone through. Let's clear this section here out and take that out, and we will actually build it properly this time. So we're going to go embrasure wall. This is going to give us way better cover, and then we're also going to just have a little hollow in the middle that they can come through with walls either side, so they can't come by and shoot us in the back. And then we'll just have a couple guys or a guy at the top just holding the line, and then as we start to clear it, we can move back and then shoot them down. It should be a decent setup. My game appears to be glitching out. I can't actually press anything, so I guess we're going to have to back out and try this again. Cool, let's see if this is working now. Yep. So we're getting heavy walls at every other one. Those do need to get taken down, so we'll just get Flo to do that quickly because she is rapid. Squint's doing that one, that's cool. Fantastic. And then we just go and put the heavy embrasures in to what we think should be just about the middle, which I'm going with there. And then heavy granite walls to replace the other ones. too deep on the side, and then deconstruct all along here for now. And let's figure out how long this is. So that's 27, so I make that 14 to be in the middle. So take that out. And that should be pretty sorted, which means that we need to take this wall here out. And we're good. We will collect some more granite just in case we start to run out, because that could be a little bit of an issue. I know we've got enough steel, but it's whether or not we have enough granite, because we don't want a half-built kill zone when the enemy comes in. That would that'd be a very bad time for us. And abrasion needs to go into this section here. Cool. We'll take that power out because that's not going to be needed. Take that wall there. Cool. We'll just have a basic granite wall on the back here because we're not expecting it to soak too much firepower. Take that section there out. And replace that back wall with more reinforced granite. We'll put in the barricades and we'll start stepping it. So it goes from like corner to corner, pretty much. So they are going to have a really bad time trying to push in, because the closer they get, actually yeah, the closer they get won't make a massive difference, but as they're coming in, they will just get shredded. Okay, Feralist Clutch Mother has just come in. This actually could be super good for us, because she spawns little like hatchlings, and those hatchlings will go and attack us, and when they attack us, we can basically take them and just break them down for chem fuel. So that's going to be a lot of chem fuel that would be getting in. We do have Thrumbos on the map, just chilling, and it turns out we've also got a bunch of bodies, so we're going to allow everything. Cool. Got a trade fair. Not really worth the micromanaging, has to be said. Just put 2 wooden doors in the back so we can start filling this in. I think we are pretty happy with the design there, and that is going to force everything through this center point here, which we are just going to be able to gun down if it gets in close. We are just putting the finishing touches into the kill zone, and Tactical Unit Delta is going to be arriving in 12 hours for a shootout, which we're going to be looking forward to, and also means we get to try out our new flashy kill zone against them and see how it plays. So if we take one of our guys, so we've got Cornetto right here, and what's your range? Yeah. So the range is pretty good. We've got a bunch of different weapons with slightly different range, given like 1 or 2 range, but it does mean that these barricades just won't get blown up or shot out, so they're always going to be driven forward, and as they get driven forward, they're going to be driven onto the guns each time they have to move. If we start knocking them out, and then yes, they can use them for cover, but then they're also quite weak at the same time, so we're going to be able to blow them apart. Okay, so it looks like, who was our new recruit? Yeah, so it looks like Wolf has finally struck with his incompetent cooking. We have a bunch of people with food poisoning, so that's fun. But let's see what his skill is now. So he's at, not great, 3.86. So he is a little ways off from being able to actually not food poison everybody. Okay, and also we got advanced fabrication, so we're going to be able to build our own advanced components, which is going to be super useful. especially when we start trying to kick out our own gear, which we're going to need to if we have any chance of holding. Putting some more power conduits in, and also we're going to need a little bit more lighting for these rooms because, well, they don't have any lighting. Cool. And let's get that sorted. And how are we looking on this old steel front? We still got like 4,000 odd, so let's get these changed across to steel as well, and these into steel. Awesome. Okay, that building is going along quite nicely. Okay, would have carried on doing that, but tactical unit Delta's here, and purple does have a inspired creativity, so it's going to be able to make something pretty good, hopefully. And let's see, tactical unit Delta, what are you guys rocking this time around? What's that? 5 big boys. That's really the only thing we need to watch out for. And he does have some wicked gear, so that's right gear. Yeah, man, I like that. Okay. Now let's draft everybody and assign them to their positions in the old kill zone. What we will be able to do eventually is get somebody who can have the crucible, and we'll just put them right in the middle. So they're going to have to be able to face tank a lot of shots, but it's definitely going to be worth it because that crucible does an insane amount of damage. And that'll be the first person we give the Slayer's Mark to. So yeah, we've got a few people on this side about weapons. We've got someone with a riot shield on that side. But I don't think that's too much to worry about. So yeah, heavy cannons can start shooting. Oh, sorry, the heavy assault rifles, or the heavy rifles can start shooting. Then we got the heavy rifles, and I might have forgotten to block this point here off. That's a little bit annoying, not the end of the world though. But yeah, once those heavy cannons start firing in, they do so much damage. Chain guns are going off. I think this is going to need to move forward by 2 blocks, and then it's going to work out a lot better. Try to move them out the way, you guys move back. Come back this way, you guys move up. Okay, wolf's down. You guys come back over here. And yeah, those things can just eat so much firepower. Okay, they're basically outranging the heavy rifles, so we need to get in a little bit closer. How's Wolf doing? Wolf has 4 conditions. Cornetto has 5, but it's not bleeding out. Okay, Apen now are down. So is Tolga. And we need to keep moving and shooting. Okay, these guys are putting up more of a fight now and shouldn't have grouped everyone together. That was stupid. Okay, let's get into close combat. That's just about the only way I see this playing out for us. Oh, and you don't have a weapon. Okay, so that's 3 of the 4 in close combat. This guy has less armor. Okay, Vincent melee that guy. Okay, once they're in close combat, they're not much of a threat. Okay, how are we looking on? Fine, 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 fine. Fine, fine. Okay, that's really weird. Nobody's bleeding out. I bet we're missing a whole bunch. Actually, we wouldn't be missing body parts, because if we were, then they'd be dead. Well, like, bleeding out. And we probably lost a bunch of weapons from that. Awesome. We'll keep flow around. Squint, you available? Yep. Go down here and shoot this matey here. But yeah, that's a bit of an oversight, and these walls need to move forward, I think, to about here. And then we're good. Okay, that's bad news bears. And charge Vincent. Cool. Back to what you're doing. turns out a bunch of people aren't sent to patient, so we're going to put there straight up there. And then we're also going to put everyone as doctor priority 1. And that hopefully will get more people moving towards the hospital. Flo, what are you doing, buddy? Yeah, Flo's doing what Flo does, which is fine. Okay, they've started to throw a party whilst half the colony's pretty messed up. Logic. Everyone's getting tented up pretty well. Owen's fairly rapid. Flo's doing alright. Flo's going to get some more people, and so Squint. And that's everyone being rescued and brought back to the beds. And with that, I think that's a good place to wrap up the episode. So thank you very much for watching Doomworld. I've been Conzi, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.